It's 1:30 in the morning. You're in a deep sleep. And even when you're off in that technicolor dream, you hear this chirp, chirp, chirp. And as you come out of that sleep, you realize, oh, it's the smoke detector. The one above the bed. No, it's down the hall. No, it's in the bedrooms. Oh, it's down. Hold on a minute. And that's when Jeff tells me, you know, when we reinstalled those smoke detectors last year, when we remodeled, I got the top of the line, right? The top of the line smoke detector. They're amazing because if you have a massive house, which we do not, and if your kids are on the other side of the acre, those smoke alarms are on a relay. And when one hears the other, they all start chirping every 30 seconds, but not in unison. Picture this, every 30 seconds, 6 smoke detectors. It's an assault on the senses. 1:30, deep sleep, you wake up and it's loud. Well, while one of us ran to the 24-hour drugstore and spent $50 on 6 9-volt batteries, I stayed at home with the cats that were hiding under the bed, literally wondering what the heck is going on. An hour later, the house was silent. I tried to lay back down and go to sleep, but I was wired. It's loud. I was wired. I was traumatized. And as I thought, okay, I know what to do. I'm going to take some deep breaths, and I couldn't. I was constricted. Has anybody else felt this before? That trauma response, that anxiety? So I leaned back into some of my training with the certification programs I've had through the Chopra Center and learned with some of the breathing techniques to be able to relax myself from head to toe with some deep breaths. It's really simple. Here's one to take with you. As you breathe in, why don't you do this with me? As we breathe in, and we breathe out longer than our inhale. Even in one breath, you feel a little calmer. The key is the longer exhale. And within a short period of time, I had drifted off into a restful sleep. I had moved from flight or flight, into rest and digest. Well, we know that there's a lot of research around the importance of mindful breathing, the slow, conscious breathing. In fact, there are many benefits. Medical community recognizes it. Let's see if I'll stand over here so you guys can see. The medical community recognizes, as I look at this list, these are all really important benefits. For me, I just really notice things like lowered blood pressure. Think about the importance of that. Muscle relaxation, improved mental function, improved cognition, just by focusing on our breath. In fact, it's been shown that if we incorporate a daily practice of mindful breathing for 10 minutes, now you don't have to raise your hand, but just ask yourself, do I spend more than 10 minutes on Insta every day? And maybe what if while I was scrolling Insta, I was paying attention to my breath? Because we know that if we will focus daily on this practice of slow, rhythmic, calming breathing, we'll have long-term, immediate, and long-term health benefits. We nowadays call what I'm talking about breath work. You might hear people talk about breath work. You might hear, if you hang out at the yoga studio, you might hear pranayama, which is an ancient term for the same thing, which is really conscious breathing. And with pranayama, the importance here is using our breath consciously to integrate mind, body, and spirit. When we focus on our breath and we calm ourselves down, it stimulates our vagus nerve. Is that my hair or something making that noise?
The mic's a little close.
Is it a little close? It stimulates the vagus nerve, which runs from the brain and sends messages through the body. And you can see here some of the really important functions of the vagus nerve. We want to keep the vagus nerve happy. right? And this is something doesn't cost any money. It's something we can all do. You can do it any time of day. Even when we're scrolling Insta. If we move this to a professional setting and we do the math, those organizations that will put an emphasis on emotional regulation and mindful breathing set themselves up to have a culture of productive, harmonious teams. There's greater cohesion and less misunderstanding, less conflict. We have healthier workers. We have a healthier workplace. We have a culture we'd all like to work in. Breath is the essence of life. It starts when we're born, and we take our last breath as we leave this existence. And in between, it's said to be over 500 million breaths. And each breath is with us. It's with us every moment of every day. And every breath gives us a chance to transform, to regenerate, for renewal. In our workshop today, we'll be focusing on various breathwork techniques. And we're also going to put an emphasis on conscious choice making and radical responsibility in our workplace. Let's get started, and let's make every breath count.